Things that you need to know about retirement accounts. There are many loopholes when it comes on to taxes and retirement accounts, ways to save more money, and if you don't go looking for them, then you may never find them. It's kind of unfair to know that some people know about these loopholes and these things and they are benefiting, and then the masses or the majority of the population is clueless, and so they end up paying more in taxes or spending or wasting more money. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a few things that you definitely need to know about your retirement accounts, whether you're already investing in, let's say, a 401k or a Roth IRA, or you're planning on doing so. So you definitely need to know some of these things. Now, just a quick reminder, if you are new to the channel, my name is Ian, and on this channel, I talk about ways to make money, ways to save money. I talk about ways to invest your money. I talk about bank accounts, credit cards, and just about everything to do with personal finance. So if you like these videos and you like these types of topics, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. And once again, giving this video a thumbs up is 100% free. It won't cost you anything and I'll really appreciate it. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so, with the notifications on, and that way you'll never miss the updates of when I post new videos on this channel. Now, the first thing that you need to learn about retirement accounts is you need to learn about the RMD, and RMD stands for Required Minimum Distribution. Now, if you're wondering what this is, it's just a minimum distribution that the government insists that you take from your retirement account once you get to a certain age, which is around 70 years old. So remember, retirement accounts, they come with benefits, and one of the benefits of having like a 401k or a traditional IRA is that you get to invest your money pre-tax, and that way your money gets to compound year after year and you never pay any taxes on that money. However, once you get to around 60 years old, which is the average age of retirement, you can pull that money out and you pay the taxes. If you get to 60 and you don't pull the money out, then that means you don't pay any taxes, because you're only going to be taxed once you start taking money out. So for the government to get their taxes or to get this money from you, they created a minimum distribution amount and they estimate your life expectancy, meaning they're estimating when you will die, and that tells them how much money you should start taking out from your retirement accounts starting at the age of 70. And if you don't actually start taking this money out, then they can hit you with penalties on your retirement account, which could be as much as 50%. So if you don't start taking some out and start giving the government their cut in taxes, you could start losing a substantial amount of your retirement accounts. And the required minimum distribution is just the amount that you should start taking once you get to the age of 70. So let's pull up the official document here. It is the IRA Required Minimum Distribution Worksheet from the IRS. And here it says, and actually, you guys can read this and calculate what it is, but simply put, let's just look at the table, and here it starts at the age of 70 and it goes up to 81. And for example, if you're 70 years old, it says distribution is 27.4, meaning that they think if you're 70 years old, you have only 27.4 years to live. If you're 84 years old, then the distribution is 9.1, meaning that the government thinks that you only have 9.1 years to live, so they'll actually estimate how long you live, and then they use that to calculate how much money you should take out so that you can pay them their taxes, because they don't want you to leave that money in there and die and not pay them their taxes, right? They want their money. So to get how much money you should start taking out your retirement account at the age of 70, you would use this formula here. However, the easiest way to do this is to simply go on Google and search for a Rmd Calculator. It makes it really simple. You just put the balance in of your investment or retirement accounts, and then you put in your age, the estimated returns, and it will calculate everything for you, and it will tell you how much money you should start taking out, or the minimum that you need to start taking out, so the government doesn't start imposing penalties on you and just takes away your money. So that is the first thing, or the first things that you need to know about retirement accounts, because you don't want to spend 30 or 40 years investing, compounding, getting millions of dollars, and then at the end you don't take it out at the right time. And before you know it, the government is hitting you with a bunch of penalties and taking away almost 50% of that hard-earned or invested money. Now, another thing that you need to think about, or that you need to know, is how to take money from your retirement accounts. And once you get to the age of 59 and a half, this is going to be important. So let's say you're the average person and you had a 401k plan from work, and you also had a Roth IRA that you opened by yourself, and you are maxing these accounts out throughout your working years. You decide to retire at age 60 and you have the option of taking money from either the Roth IRA or the 401k plan. Now, if you take the money from the 401k plan, then you're gonna have to pay all the taxes because you're contributing pre-tax dollars. If you take the money from the Roth IRA, you won't pay any taxes because you already satisfied your tax obligations for that account before you put the money in there. Now, most people would think, you know what, let me take the money from the Roth IRA. This way I don't pay any taxes now. I can take the full amount. I can go buy my dream home or do all the things I want to do. And then later on, I can pull money from the 401k and pay the taxes. And that will just be extra money. Now, that's actually not the smartest way, in my opinion, to do it, because the longer you leave the money in the Roth IRA for, the more time it has to compound tax-free, which means that you would just be robbing yourself if you took that money before your 401k. Now, just to show you guys how big of a deal this could be, let's say you got to 60 years old and you had $1 million in your Roth IRA. You're now a millionaire, and let's assume you also have money in your 401k as well. Now, if you pull the money from your 401k, you pay the taxes at 60 years old, and you leave that 1 million in the Roth IRA and you leave it there for 10 more years. Let's say the 401k allows you to live for 10 years before you need to touch the money in the Roth IRA. And in those 10 years, with the average realistic returns from retirement accounts at 10 to 12%, and you not adding anything more to your Roth IRA, it will grow by another 2.1 million, meaning that in those 10 years, your money would go from 1 million to 3.1 million. Now, even if your 401k doesn't have a lot of money in there and you can only survive after paying the taxes for, let's say, 5 years, and you left the money in the Roth IRA for an additional 5 years, in 5 years, without doing anything, without making any contributions, this money would grow by over $760,000, and you would just be robbing yourself if you took money from the Roth IRA first. So that's also another good thing to know, or at least think about when you get to retirement. You want to plan this out and you want to know which one of these accounts you'll be taking money from first, and definitely don't take all the money from all your accounts at the same time if you don't have to. Now, the next thing that you need to know is how to consolidate your retirement investment accounts, right? So if you're the average working person over the span of working 40 years, you're definitely not, or at least most people are not going to be working at the same job from the start of their career to their retirement years. You may have your first job, which could be working at McDonald's, flipping burgers, and then you get tired of it. So your second job could be working at Ruth Chris, a much nicer restaurant. And your third job may be working at Salt Bay's restaurant, right? I don't know, but you're gonna have a bunch of jobs throughout your lifetime, and you're gonna have different 401k plans from all these jobs. So when you get to like 45 years old and you get your dream job and now you are the CFO at Google, you'll realize that you have like 10 different 401k plans from 10 different jobs that you had in the past, and now you're lost and wondering, well, what should I do here? Should I just have 10 different accounts, or should I close some? So in this case, the easiest to do, and remember, it's not financial advice, just my own opinion, but I would move or consolidate all the 401k accounts into a traditional IRA account. Now, if you cash out before 59 and a half, you will pay taxes, but you'll also pay a penalty for taking the money out too early. And remember, a traditional IRA is investing with pre-tax dollars. So you can move your 401k plans to the traditional IRA and you won't be charged any taxes or any penalties. And this way, instead of having 10 401k plans or accounts, you have one traditional IRA retirement account, and all that money is combined or consolidated in that one account. Now, similarly, if you had opted for a Roth 401k account where you pay the taxes first and then you put the money in, and then you realize that you have 10 different Roth 401k accounts, you can create a Roth IRA and then consolidate all these Roth 401k accounts into that one Roth IRA. And this way, again, you don't pay any taxes. You're just consolidating all these accounts into one. So that is also another very important tip and something to know as you work, because right now you've had these jobs in the past and you have only 3 401k plans and you don't really know what to do with those plans. And to make it much easier on yourself, you could just simply consolidate them instead of taking the money out and getting hit with any penalties, which is what a lot of people do. So I've just covered about 3 things that you should know if you are planning on opening a retirement investment account, or if you already have one, or if you have a few. And there are a lot more things that you definitely need to know about your retirement investing account. And if you are contributing to retirement accounts, I would highly suggest that you go and learn as much as you can, because it will save you a lot of money in the long run. So that's it, guys, and keeping this video very short and to the point, these are some of the most important things that you definitely need to know about retirement accounts. Now, if you found some value in this content, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. And remember, giving the video a thumbs up is completely free. Also, be sure to subscribe with the notifications on if you haven't already done so. That way, you never miss the updates of when I post new videos. And if you ever want to talk to me one-on-one, you can message me on Instagram. The link is down below. I'm usually on there at least once per day. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. All the best with your retirement accounts and investing. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.